There's no gainsaying that football fans are generally passionate people, but sometimes they go too far, like the guy who made it his lifelong responsibility to invade pitches. But you ain't seen nothing yet, cause back in 2019, the Champions League final between Liverpool and Tottenham Champions League was supposed to be a special one, being that it was the first All-England final since the clash between Chelsea and Manchester United in 2008. Indeed it was, as Liverpool lifted the trophy for the 6th time in their history. But Liverpool's triumph wasn't the only talking point on the night. Thanks to a social media influencer named Kinsley Wolanski, the newspapers had something else to publish the following day. Right in the middle of the match, Wolanski did the unthinkable by storming onto the pitch, scantily clad, much to the amusement of both the fans and the players.
Oh, she's there. Oh, there she's fucking gone. She's fucking gone. Yes! She did it.
Yes!
It was truly a sight for sore eyes, depending on how you look at it, of course, as she ran all across the Wanda Metropolitano pitch before being caught by the stadium stewards and remanded. Even though her actions were nothing short of crazy, she did offer some explanation as to why she did what she did. Apparently, Wolanski pulled the stunt to promote her boyfriend's adult prank group, Vitaly Uncensored. Yeah, the guy who made it his lifelong responsibility to invade pitches. But Vitaly had just gotten started. Cause back in 2014, Vitaly Zdorovetsky did the silliest thing a fan could do by invading the pitch during a FIFA World Cup match. And it wasn't just any match, it was the freaking final between Argentina and Germany. Thankfully, he was apprehended before he could do any damage, and he hasn't invaded a football pitch since then. However, on May 25th, 2016, Vitaly was at it again. This time, he was caught climbing the Hollywood sign, all the way in California.
We begin with breaking news. A man has climbed the Hollywood sign. Good evening, I'm Micah Ullman.
And I'm Cher Calvin. We've seen him waving a white flag that says, "I'm back." There it is, Tim Lin.
But it didn't stop there, as he was arrested once more for streaking during an NBA Finals game between the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. But hey, running around a football pitch is nothing compared to acting violently like this guy did. I'm talking about a time a Petrolul fan stormed the pitch during a Romanian league match between the aforementioned club and Steaua Bucharest. Now, this fan didn't just come to run around and make a fool of himself, rather he had one mission in mind, and that was to punch Steaua defender George Galamaz in the head.
George Galamaz suffering serious injuries.
Of course, Galamaz's teammates weren't having any of it, as they descended on the aggressive fan with kicks and blows of their own. This led to an all-out brawl, which caused the match to be stopped for as long as 30 minutes, forcing the Romanian FA to hand Steaua Bucharest a 3-0 win, and all 3 points after heads had cooled down. Before then, though, substitute keeper Ciprian Tatarușanu was hit by a firecracker by another Petrolul fan, and that only complicated matters further. Petrolul FC were also ordered to play their next 6 home matches behind closed doors, which meant no home support whatsoever. That aside, the home side was smacked with a $19,000 fine for failing to keep their fans in check. Although they responded by promising the FA that they would ban the troublesome fans for life. Thankfully, not all fan actions have been violent, cause what Besiktas fans did just after a disastrous earthquake hit Turkey is just insane. It was the 6th of February 2023 when horror struck the Turkish people as an earthquake shook the country to its knees. Unfortunately, over 50,000 people died as a result, including children as young as 3 years old. It was truly a sad day for the country, especially for the infants who had lost their siblings or parents in the tragedy. As a result, Besiktas fans thought it was a good idea to bring thousands of toys to a home match, which they planned to donate to the affected kids. It didn't take long for the fans to make donations either, as they began throwing the toys onto the pitch as early as the 4th minute of the match. Now, we're talking about thousands of toys being flung from all corners of the stadium, and this has caused the pitch to look more like a toy store than a soccer stadium. Donating toys to heartbroken kids was certainly a good gesture by Besiktas fans, But there were more appropriate ways to do so rather than interrupting a professional football match. But in the game between Everton and Newcastle at Goodison Park, everything seemed to have been going on just fine at the beginning of the second half until this happened. Turns out, Louis McKechnie, who was just 21, was part of a group who demanded that the government should stop the exploration and production of fossil fuels in the country. Well, he did the crime, so he was obviously prepped to do the time. Louis was handed a $550 fine, a 3-year Premier League ban, and sentenced to 6 weeks behind bars. But this next guy was out to bruise Messi's overinflated ego. Cause when Liverpool came back from a 3-0 first leg loss to Barcelona to knock out the Catalans with a corresponding 4-0 win, the fan who just happens to be Liverpool's ball boy flipped the finger at Messi in a show of utter disrespect for the visiting team and their captain. That was quite unpleasant for Messi to see, but not as unpleasant as the 4-0 thrashing he had just received from the home team. Reports have it that Messi broke down in tears when he got into the locker room, but I doubt it was caused by the ball boy's middle finger. One thing I do know is that Liverpool fans can be problematic, and this next incident proves just that. The 2022 Champions League final was supposed to be a clash between two European giants, Liverpool and Real Madrid. However, there was a clash going on outside the stadium long before the kickoff. According to reports, thousands of Liverpool fans were trying to get into the stadium with fake tickets, and this led to a complete ruckus. Innocent fans were pepper sprayed and beaten, and it was just a total mess caused by the traveling Reds supporters outside the magnificent Stade de France. But as far as England is concerned, it isn't just the Liverpool fans that can be a huge headache. Cause back in 2019, Birmingham City fan Paul Mitchell ran onto the turf and attacked Aston Villa's Jack Grealish for reasons best known to him alone. It's possible Lionel Messi and the rest of his World Cup winning teammates feared being hit by fans just like Grealish was, which is why they had to make this great escape. Cause upon their return to Argentina after winning the 2022 World Cup, Lionel Messi and his men were greeted by millions of fans who took to the streets to watch the players drive by in their parade bus. However, they were getting too close for comfort, and this prompted the security agents to send for helicopters to airlift the players out of harm's way. If only the fans had kept their cool, maybe they would have gotten signed jerseys. As for this next fan, a signed jersey wasn't good enough. The online streaming celebrity known as iShowSpeed is a die-hard Cristiano Ronaldo fan who enjoys following the Portuguese captain everywhere he goes. Meeting Ronaldo for the first time was a dream come true for the streamer.
Take a picture, please. Oh my God, I love you, bro.
And you would think he'd keep his cool after that. That was not the case though, because when he caught up with CR7 during training for a friendly match, he wouldn't let the Al Nassr superstar catch a break, as he kept on screaming his name from behind the barricades. Heck, he even did the Ronaldo signature goal celebration, the Sue. But I bet you didn't know that Ronaldo isn't even the inventor of the Sue goal celebration. And Messi didn't invent the La Croqueta either. Sounds crazy, right? Click this video to check out the 10 legendary signature moves in football.